Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. It's August 13, 2024, and I received this article, I guess a couple of days ago, and I just wanted to check out the person's channel. And I mean, the name of the individual that wrote it sounded so familiar to me. So it is on Substack, and the name of the channel is UUSAGSA. So it's like, I think it's USA gang stalking something. So now I just want to preference, I didn't write the article. I'm merely reading it. Okay. And it's dated August 9, 2024. I'm not going to say that I agree or disagree with anything that was written here yet. And if you want to debate it in the comments section, that's certainly up to you. I don't want anything derogatory. I received a derogatory message that about the witchcraft, and that I needed to get help. Well, guys, when I get those kind of messages from people I've never heard of before that are stalking my channel, they automatically get removed and banned. So anyway, this is the article. For those of you who support this organization, this is not up for debate, okay? This is just, I'm reading an article that may or may not be true. I haven't performed all the research. I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm just reading it, and you can perform the research. But I thought that all the cat people out there would really understand what this photo is about. If you have a cat who has ever unrolled your toilet paper, leave a comment down below. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. I certainly have. So anyway, the article is Targeted Justice, the FBI's Trojan horse in the targeted individual community, and some of the government shills that operate it. Targeted Justice, a so-called advocacy group for targeted individuals, has long claimed to be independent of any government influence, yet a simple denial of their FBI ties to Congress would have sufficed to put the issue to rest. So why didn't they? The truth is clear. Targeted Justice is a covert arm of the FBI designed to manipulate and discredit the targeted individual community from within. The fact that they operate covertly means that there won't be any tangible evidence, as the FBI is notorious for its secretive operations. But leaks and inconsistencies abound, revealing the true nature of this fraudulent organization. Targeted Justice leaders, the masters of deception. The leaders of Targeted Justice hide behind second or even third aliases, casting doubt on their legitimacy. Richard Lighthouse, for instance, is also known as Winter Calvert. Anna Toledo goes by multiple names, including Anna Davila and Anna Luda, L-U-D-A. Len Baer's real identity is likely Leonid, with a Russian surname that's deliberately obscured. Robert Duncan, that's just a front for Tim Lord. There's some things I disagree with here, and you have to understand that researchers often perform research under other names. That's just a fact. They sometimes have to hide their true identity. But anyway, we're not going to go there. He's a deceased person, and I disagree with that. The regional contacts also operate under various pseudonyms, further clouding their true identities. This deliberate obfuscation is clear identification that these individuals have something to hide, likely their FBI affiliations. Discrediting the targeted individual community, a calculated strategy. Targeted Justice has done more to undermine the credibility of TIs than any outside force could. By promoting outlandish and unscientific claims, such as Richard Lighthouse's so-called anti-gravity machine, they have effectively painted the entire community as lunatics This crazy leader, crazy community strategy is a classic disinformation tactic intended to make the very real plight of TIs seem like the delusions of the mentally ill. Moreover, their so-called lawsuit, a typo-ridden, poorly constructed mess, was never meant to succeed. It was designed to fail from the start, further discrediting TIs and making it nearly impossible for genuine victims to be taken seriously in the legal system. The distraction tactics, misdirection at its finest. Targeted justice has expertly diverted attention away from the real issues at hand. They harp on about, quote-unquote, the list, knowing full well that it only distracts from the far more sinister reality of the FBI's abuse of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, to target Americans. By promoting irrelevant terms like gang stalking and perps, they obscure the fact that this is a coordinated FBI counterintelligence operation against innocent civilians. The language they push, like quote-unquote TI, is designed to distance the community from the reality of being FBI victims. Control communities and disinformation, ensuring the FBI's grip. Targeted justice's right control over social media and conference calls is another red flag. Their online communities are carefully monitored to prevent any real exchange of useful information, and their calls are either highly controlled or so chaotic that nothing productive ever comes of them. And this is no accident. It is a deliberate effort to keep TIs isolated, misinformed, and under the thumb of the FBI. Now, I will attest to the fact because for 2 years, I moderated Chief Damon Jones' conference call. I had no control of the board. It was a hot mess. He never gave me control over the board. And they never promoted that conference call. Never. It was until I quit, until I resigned, that every other organization started to promote his conference call. But when I moderated or co-moderated that call, it was never promoted. Fact. A lawsuit designed to fail. Perhaps the most damning evidence of targeted justice's true intentions is their relentless push for TIs to join their doomed lawsuits. Knowing full well that these illegal actions will be thrown out, they nevertheless encourage vulnerable individuals to join, ensuring that no real progress is ever made. It's FBI suing FBI, a spectacle designed to keep everyone in the dark while maintaining the appearance of action. And I have to tell you, this is a fact, if you sue and your case gets thrown out, you cannot go back and try to sue for the same thing. So, if you're suing for, for physical harm, radiation and stuff like that, and the case gets thrown out, you cannot try it again. However, you can go back and have a lawsuit for vandalism and theft because it hadn't been tried previously. FBI social media psyops, manufacturing consent. FBI social media trolls are working overtime to boost targeted justice, creating the illusion of widespread support. They swarm posts with likes and comments in an orchestrated manner, leaving no room for genuine discussion. These trolls also promote the idea that the TI plight is some kind of cosmic battle, a narrative that distracts from the real, tangible abuses being perpetrated by the FBI. The bigger the problem seems, the less likely a solution appears. It's another classic tactic to keep victims feeling helpless. The directed energy weapon lie, covering for the FBI crimes. One of the most insidious lies propagated by the targeted justice is their denial of the existence of portable directed energy weapons. Oh, I know for a fact that there are portable. I've actually seen one. And I can't say her name, but I know somebody who got her targeting subsided because she had a photo of her perpetrator with the portable do. Instead, they absurdly claim that cell towers are responsible for these attacks, conveniently shifting blame away from the FBI, who are in fact the primary users of these weapons against TIs. This deliberate misinformation serves to protect the FBI from accountability, while keeping TIs in the dark about the true nature of the attacks against them. And this is a photo that he's got attached here. I'm not going to say that, okay? So this is the article there. And let's move on. Exposing the shills, fake supporters, fake narratives. Targeted justice so-called supporters are often nothing more than FBI plants operating under newly created social media accounts designed to lend credibility to this fraudulent organization. Their over-the-top hysterical claims are meant to further discredit the TI community, making it nearly impossible for outsiders to take them seriously. This ex-government followers are nothing more than actors in a sick charade designed to keep the truth hidden. The final deception. Targeted justice's refusal to face Congress. When challenged to deny their FBI ties before Congress, targeted justice refused. This is perhaps the most telling evidence of all. If they were truly independent, why would they not take this opportunity to clear their name? The answer is simple. They can't, because they're FBI. Their refusal to deny these allegations speak volumes. And in conclusion, targeted justice is not just a phony support group. It's a carefully constructed operation by the FBI to control, discredit, and ultimately destroy the TI community from within. They are the Trojan horse in our midst, and it's high time we call them out for what they really are. So the person who wrote this article is a Richard Moore, UUSAGSA. And I will just attest to the fact that I created a video months ago, and it's entitled, Which Targeted Justice Do You Belong To? The one that was originally constructed in Arizona, or the newly created a 501c3 nonprofit private charity created in Texas. And boy, did I get pushback on that. I mean, it's just, all I had to do is look on the IRS website. It's clear as day. And by the way, Midge Mathis's real name is Doris Claus. And in the old targeted justice 501c3 application, she has her name there 3 times. One is Midge Mathis and one is Doris Claus, 2 times. And the thing is, there is no such person as Midge Mathis. That's her pseudonym. That's her pen name. So that was actually a false filing. She added a name of her pseudonym, her pen name, as an officer or a director or whatever of the old targeted justice. And I can attest to the fact that I had asked for their financials in writing several times. I was just curious. I didn't want to donate any more money. I donated once in the beginning, when Ella was part of their group. And literally after 9 months of being in the TI community in 2017, I realized something was up. I stopped supporting Ella, that's not her name either. That's not her real name. Her name is Ayerly Felder. Although I don't know if that's her last name anymore. I believe that she got divorced, so maybe she took back her maiden name, and I don't know what her maiden name is. But Ella Free is not her name. So anybody that, remembers her, that's not her name. It's Ayerly Felder. It's not Free. It's not Ella. So just like Midge Mathis is a fake name. Her real name is Doris. So, and I understand that some people don't want their real names out there, but you really cannot apply for grants or file lawsuits and stuff under fake names. That's just wrong. You just can't do that. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the topic. I found this to be a very interesting article. I never considered that they had any affiliation with the FBI. However, I will attest to the fact that I have been threatened at least twice by Richard Lighthouse. Yes, I have been threatened. And I think I mentioned before, it was just erroneous. I had a mailing list, and I received URLs, like a website, names and stuff, very interesting articles and stuff, and I would compile them in a newsletter, and I would disseminate it to my whole list. Well, towards the end, I received a URL, and it was for a lawsuit against Targeted Justice. So I included it in my mailing. No big deal. Don't shoot the messenger. I didn't write the article. I didn't do the lawsuit. I just, collect all of these URLs and put them in a newsletter. I immediately received a nasty letter from Richard telling me to never contact him or any of their directors again. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, why? Don't shoot the messenger. I didn't write the article. It was just given to me to include in my newsletter, just like everybody else's. So after I sent that asking, why? What's the problem? Don't shoot the messenger. He sends me a copy, a cut and paste of the Texas stalking law, accusing me of stalking him for responding to his erroneous complaint against me personally for disseminating a newsletter with a URL that was provided to me from one of his old directors who was filing a lawsuit against Targeted Justice. You know what? No big deal. People need to know better. And the other thing is, if you're innocent, what's the big deal? What's the big deal if somebody's suing you? You actually want to make that public, right? You want to make that public and clear your name and stuff. So that's why, when targeted people file lawsuits, whether you win or not, at least it's public knowledge, right? It's public knowledge, the public out there for you to see, well, what is your cause of action? What is it that you're asserting? And maybe after reading those assertions, other people are saying, hey, wait a minute. That happens to me too. So that's why I feel it's important. But anyway, this article is not written by me. It's written by Richard Moore, UUSAGSA, I believe, and he's got a YouTube channel. But this is his Substack. So he wrote this article, and it's dated August 8, 2024. It's entitled Targeted Justice, the FBI's Trojan Horse in the Targeted Individual Community. So anyway, I look forward to your questions and comments down below. And just remember, men and women, if people threaten you for reading something that somebody else wrote, it's not defamation. One, it's not defamation if it's true, and I'm reading an article. I didn't write the article. This is for informational and educational purposes only. Please hit the thumbs up, like, comment, and share if you feel inclined to do so. And I'm signing off for now.